What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So good to see you. This video is a tough one. I've been MIA from YouTube for a little while. We just had a new baby, bought a new house. In today's video, I'm gonna talk to you about life and how you can overcome it when it comes to your fitness goals. So the first thing first is like, wow, man, so much has happened. We went from living in a shabby little apartment to where I really couldn't film because the neighbors would hear me. So that was a little bit of a stress, to a gym known as the Almighty Planet Fitness, where I lost my motivation to lift weights, as well as they wouldn't let me film. Every time I'd talk to one of the staff, they'd say, yeah, you can't film in here. And then you add in the epidemic that's going on right now, pandemic, however you choose to see it, and it just equates to the worst. But anyway, I'm still here, I'm still alive, still kicking, ready to rock and roll. So life is gonna hit you, man. First, we had a baby. My wife was pregnant right up until the last part of when I was filming. So I was working a job, I was out at work, I think she was like 2 weeks before delivery, and she calls me while I'm at work and she's like, oh my gosh, I think my water broke. I'm like, how do you know? And so we like tried diagnosed it and Mayo Clinic'd it, and like, how do you know when your water's broke, all that funny stuff. And so we eventually determined, yes, her water did break. So I had to call the boss and, be like, hey man, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go, I'm about to be a dad. So long story short, I got home, got her taken care of. We got in the car, we went to the clinic. So basically, like, they wouldn't even allow me, most hospitals wouldn't even allow me into the delivery room with my wife to have our first child. And so it's really crazy with all this pandemic stuff going on. They weren't even gonna let the father of the child be in the same room. And that, to me, that's just crazy. But anyway, so the hospital we ended up going to, they let me into the waiting room. And so she was in labor for about 13 hours, I believe. He was supposed to be born April 1st, but he is an April 2nd baby, so no April Fools there. But anyway, so we had our son, all of that happened. We accrued a tremendous amount of medical bills, and then we go home. Well, a little bit after the virus, we were looking around. We've been shopping around for a house for about 5 years. So 5 years, we put in about 10 to 12 offers. I'd probably say closer to 12. So many, I can't even remember most of them, but we put in all these offers for these houses and something would always fall through. Oh, by the way, the electrical's shot, or oh, by the way, you've got termites in the attic, or oh, by the way, it's got water damage here and here that you didn't catch, or the home inspector didn't catch, which is like, why are you paying him? But little things would pop up and we'd never exactly get the house. So what happened was, we were looking, and one day we saw a house and we looked at it. The paint was terrible, it was ugly, the walls were different colors, there were holes in the walls, all the fixtures for the faucets were missing, tons of water damage everywhere, dilapidated wood on the house, rotten wood. And so I looked at it and I kind of passed over it. It was a house for about $130,000 is what it was. So we took a look at it and I just passed over it. I didn't think anything of it. But then I called my realtor and I said, hey man, do you know anything on the market? Do you have any access to anything that maybe we could take a look at? We've been looking for a house for this many years and we're ready to roll. And he said, well, there's this one place, but I'm not sure about it. Let me actually go look at it. And I'm gonna go look at it and I will call you back. I'll send you pictures. I'll take a look at it and see where we go from there. And just as a side note, our realtor is a real estate investor. He has done many, many flips. He has many rentals. He's very financially savvy. He's a good guy down to the core. Someone you can really respect and trust. And so, I said, okay, yeah, go ahead and do that. Send me some pictures. Tell me if it's worth it. I get a call back about 30 minutes later, and he's like, dude, if you don't buy this house, I'm gonna buy it. So I was like, what do you mean? I mean, he said, dude, this is a $200,000+ house. And he said, it's all cosmetic. Everything, the bones look good. The foundation's great. The electrical's great. It's got, missing faucets and fixtures and all this, that, and the other. It's got black mold in certain places, but he said, man, we can clean all that up. You can do this with the wood. You can contract this out. You get siding put up there. I mean, and so, we took a plunge. We went for it. It was a foreclosure. I probably already said that. Anyway, it's foreclosure. We actually went, got it under contract, and just the foreclosure stuff is really difficult. We went through that process, and as you can see where I'm going with this story, this required 100% of my attention. Every day I had to get a new form signed. I had to prove this. We had to go to banks. We had to do this, lobby with that. I mean, it was a never-ending process. It took us every bit of 3 months to get that contract done, closed on, and the keys in our hands. And it was a very aggressive process. Meanwhile, factor in, I've got a new son. I've got a wife who needs me. I'm trying to be as available as I can for my loved ones. And that is the whole point of this channel, guys. If you are big, if you are strong, it doesn't matter. If you can't be there for your family, you're just a waste of space, man. Like, dude, your family should be the peak of who you are. Your family directly displays who you are as a person. I am a man of faith. I believe in God. And I know that's going to offend some people. I really don't care. The whole thing is if you are going to be a man of faith, you can't disrespect or mistreat your wife. The whole reason I lift weights is so that I can rejuvenate my spirit, so that I can become healthier, so that I can be a better father and a better husband to my wife, so that I can be a better light. If you're on the earth longer, you can live longer, whereas if you juice up real quick and, you have these health problems, well, you're like a super bright flame, but you'll burn out eventually and you'll have all kinds of health problems. And I'm not judging people who do steroids. I've been tempted to do them too. But the fact remains is that if I were to, the problem remains that I won't be able to please my wife. I won't be able to do the things that I've taken for granted, such as coming home and watch a movie with her. If I die at 50, even 60, even 70, and she lives on to be 90, I failed her as a husband and as a Christian. So you gotta make your priorities straight. I have a new son. I have a new house. I have a wife who needs me. Weightlifting is going to take a side turn. It's going to take a while. This is a journey that is a marathon. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So as you're going through this, just remember, and actually a YouTuber made this quote, and the quote is, success is not the top of the mountain. Success is the journey to get there. So that means, like, let's say, for example, for me personally, I wanted to bench press 400 pounds, okay? Success isn't actually bench pressing 400 pounds. Success is when I wake up at 5 in the morning and do my cardio and eat my meals, so that when I go to the gym, I can have the best workout possible and I can push my limits. If I get under that bench and I can only do 315 2 or 3 times, I am successful. I have won, because 400 is the top of the mountain, and the top of the mountain is not success. And so many people in fitness reach the top of the mountain so fast. They get on gear, they do whatever, they eat their meals, they get so on fire, and then they hit the top of the mountain, and guess what? They start looking around. Well, it's really not that great up here, is it? And it happens to so many people. Don't let it happen to you. We are in this for the long haul. We want to do this for 50, 60, 70 years. You want to be like Robbie Robinson. You want to be 80, 90 years old. Well, of course he's not 90. You know, you'd be a little bit older, and you want to be able to take off your shirt and people just are amazed. You're like, wow, that is a good looking dude. When Arnold takes off his shirt, he looks like Cookie Monster. I mean, he looks like he ate Cookie Monster. He does not look good at all. He doesn't look healthy. He looks like he's riddled with problems, and he doesn't show an image of being healthy. But when Robbie Robinson takes off his shirt, that's something to admire. And the difference is, Robbie Robinson kept lifting because he loved the journey. Robbie Robinson was successful, whereas Arnold Schwarzenegger was not. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger gave up lifting weights to pursue other things. So in the sense, is Arnold Schwarzenegger successful as a weightlifter? No. He gave it up. He burned bright for all those years. He got his Olympia, and then he quit. How are you going to quit when you're one of the best bodybuilders in the world, right? Like, how do you just quit, you know? It's one of those things. He was so on fire. He reached the top of the mountain. He was voracious. He was hungry. But at the end of the day, he wasn't successful because he burned bright, he gave up, and he quit. And that's one of the things. When life hits you, the whole moral of this video is just remember your priorities. You can always lift another day. If you're having problems lifting, you can always go do cardio, right? You can do cardio, you can do push-ups, you can do abs. It takes less than 2 minutes to get a crazy set of push-ups in. Unless you can do over 100 or 150, it's gonna tear you up. I mean, it's gonna be a good workout. You can do incline push-ups, you can do decline, you can do planks, you can do ab crunches, you can do pull-ups, you can find something to pull yourself up on, you can do dips somewhere. You have these options, you know. Just don't be a quitter, you know. Nobody likes a quitter. If you're gonna be successful as a weightlifter, success is not measured in many people's eyes, especially females. Holler at me if you see some value there. Females don't care how much you can bench. Most of them don't. The good ones don't. The females that do care how much you can bench, they're probably a dude, all right? They don't care. Nobody cares. Only guys care. Why would you want to risk your health and inject all these steroids into yourself so that you can impress guys? There might be something wrong with you that I'm not gonna mention, but if you feel what I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking. If this adds value to you, dude, like the video, subscribe, do what you wanna do. I love you all. Remember to keep your priorities straight. Remember, success is those who keep on the journey. That's success. Success is not burning bright, reaching the top of the mountain. That's not successful, that's giving up. Success is the journey it takes to get there, and that's with everything. Your family, your kids, your relationship with God, whoever you believe in. Also, you guys keep in it. This is a channel for family, friends. It's family-friendly fitness, I like to think. And it's a channel where you can come and be relaxed. This is cutting through the lies of the fitness industry. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try and enjoy yourself. As long as you do those things, you'll make it with any of your fitness goals. But that's all I got time for you today. My wife's hollering at me. Time to eat and do things with the family. Remember, keep your priorities straight. But anyway, love you guys. Stay tuned for the next video. I will be posting probably around once a week from here on out, now that I've got a new house. As you can see, I've got a studio set up. So can't wait to talk to you again, guys. Until next time, bye-bye.